As of this very second, on October 15th, 2025, the price of silver has once again surpassed its all-time high of 53.52s. Every day I proclaim that it shattered records once more, and I feel like I'm starting to sound repetitive. Although it is becoming somewhat repetitive, I am not nitpicking. Nonetheless, there is absolutely nothing stopping silver from continuing. It appears that the price is not going anywhere very soon, and there is no opposition either. Many were curious about when they think silver will reach $100, so I conducted a poll on my channel. 3,200 people cast their votes, and the results are astounding. Those will be shown shortly. What we are seeing right now, though, people, will go down in history books. The global geopolitical, economic, fundamental, and industrial climate is ripe with opportunities for silver investors. Everything seems to have come together. The ideal storm has arrived. The floodgates have opened. And something genuinely remarkable is happening right now. Okay, folks, we did it again today. Silver reached an all-time high of 53.52. It's like clockwork. Silver keeps smashing records day after day. As I am presently taping this video, the time is 4:23 p.m. Silver reached a new all-time high of 53.52 today. But as of 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on October 15th, it is trading at $53.03. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, the most shady bank in the world, is going to be our guest today, and we're going to be talking about something extremely important. Dimon is the most nefarious, evil, corrupt, and shady individual in the banking industry, if not the financial world as a whole. It has been found guilty of spoofing, which is rigging the silver price, and as a result, several of its employees are presently serving prison sentences. Here we will discuss his $10,000 gold prediction and Jamie Dimon's interesting background. I'll tell you what he did with Bitcoin years ago, which will help put his predictions in context when he makes them in mainstream media. By the way, I promised to show you a poll I made 2 days ago. When will silver hit $100? Out of 3,200 votes, 54% think it will happen in less than 6 months, 26% around a year, 14% never, and 5% never. As you give this some serious thought, keep that fascinating information in mind. To start, I want to say hello and thank you for tuning into my daily silver news. My name is Silver Slayer, and if you want to know what's happening in the world of silver stacking and how it affects the price of precious metals, I will sit at my computer all day, researching it so you don't have to. Then, I will try to explain it in a way that anyone can understand, even someone who is completely new to the subject. So long as you subscribe and hit that bell button, I will do my best to simplify everything for you. In light of this, Jamie Dimon expects gold to surge to $10,000, while in the midst of the global hysteria, Indian investors are paying $200 more than spot per kilogram for silver. The chief executive officer of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, is a nasty, crooked, and unscrupulous individual. Am I aware of this? First and foremost, JP Morgan has some employees currently serving time for spoofing, a kind of silver market manipulation, handling silver. About 2016 or so ago, Jamie Dimon came out and said that Bitcoin was a fraud. I don't remember the exact words he used, but essentially he simply said that Bitcoin is a hoax and that you shouldn't invest in it because you would lose all your money. He went on to mention this in numerous press interviews. Thousands of dollars were lost when he claimed that Bitcoin crashed. After Jamie Dimon's Bitcoin crash, guess who was discovered buying millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin? It was none other than JP Morgan. In order to buy it at a steep discount, Jamie Dimon deliberately did it, knowing full well that it would cause the price to plummet. Just like a centralized bank can't hide anything behind closed doors, the blockchain will record every Bitcoin transaction decentralizedly on the blockchain. Due to the public nature of all financial records, we were able to observe JP Morgan engaging in this practice. The deeds of Jamie Dimon reveal much more about his character than his words ever could. A fine of $920 million was all that was required of them. This spoofing, which amounts to silver price manipulation basically, has been going on for decades upon decades, and 3 of their employees have been sent to prison for it. If you would like me to elaborate on what spoofing is, I can attempt to go into the real details. If you're already familiar with the term spoofing, you can skip ahead a minute or two. Basically, what these people do is go on these silver exchanges and put hundreds, if not thousands, of buy or sell orders. This is done because there are a lot of new eyes looking into the silver market. Everyone else on that exchange is going, "Holy crap, look at these numbers," because it appears like a lot of silver is being bought up. However, the orders are phony and they cancel them just before they go through. Since no one else on the exchange is aware that the volatility figures are fictitious, they begin investing based on these figures. This allows JP Morgan to manipulate the market and, in effect, the people, and tell them what to do. People are unaware that those orders won't be filled, so they can manipulate the volatility and volume to their advantage. Well, the thing about that is, you're allowed to cancel, buy and sell orders. So there's a loophole. There's a little bit of a loophole, because then, if you go and question them, they'll say, "Well, I'm allowed to cancel these orders." But how do you catch someone? You have to look at patterns. You have to look at history. You can't do it if there's ill intent. You can't place an order if you know you're going to cancel it, right? That's the illegal part. And it wasn't until recently where the judge would just give him a slap on the wrist, but now with the $920 million fine, and you actually have the chance of going to prison, you might second guess it before they wouldn't get in any trouble. Now you might second guess doing this, if you know you're actually going to H. In case you were wondering, that's the definition of spoofing. Not only has JP Morgan been caught, but Merrill Lynch, another bank with ties to the Dutch firm, has also been caught. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. There have been reports of long lines to buy gold and silver in Sydney, Australia. Costco has reportedly sold out of both metals in Italy, and there are even longer lines in Hong Kong and other choke points. If you're desperate for silver, my advice is to cultivate a relationship with a business or individual with strong market connections. They can help you out personally. In the near future, relationships will progress significantly. If you want to establish that connection, Miles Franklin is the place to go. The CEO is Andy Schectman, and since he's so heavily invested, no one else can help him find silver. Because no one else could fulfill an order that large, 900,000 eagles plus 100,000 ounces of worthless silver, Andy fulfilled it in 2 days, which is why the rich couple purchased $55 million worth of silver from him a few years ago. Plus, they have complete faith in Andy with their money, which is something no other billionaire would do. Andy is trustworthy, reputable, and capable. He completed 2 of their requests in just 2 days. It's crucial, if you buy from Andy, and establish a relationship with these people. I can assure you that Miles Franklin will be one of the last companies standing because they find silver where others can't. So, if you start buying from them, you'll make a lot of progress, I promise. And if you want to sell back to them, they pay the highest prices I've ever seen for buybacks. Their reasoning goes something like this. If we're going to buy your silver, we're going to pay a fair price, they say. Since they plan to sell the silver for a profit anyway, they see no reason to try to take advantage of you. Instead, they'll hook you up and pay a great price, unlike the other companies who will try to undercut you. Miles Franklin doesn't do that. Trust me, I'm a broker. I did a lot of buybacks last year myself personally. And I was shocked at how obviously I would ask, someone else higher up or Andy himself, like what we're willing to offer. I could have said the price myself, but we pay very, very well. Buying back from our own clients because we're going to resell it at a profit anyway. So why would we rip you off like these other companies do? It's just a good company, folks. And I'm going to test personally because I single-handedly would do buybacks. So, yeah, sorry for saying that, but there's a lot of new stackers. A lot of people don't know where to go. They're going to go to eBay or Craigslist or wherever. Build relationships. Buy from Miles Franklin, info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. We have weekly gold, silver, and platinum specials. Yeah, it's very important. So anyways. So reports from independent market watchers indicate that the LBMA is under severe strain, with insiders describing panic as vaults run dangerously low on physical silver. Some commentators claim the LBMA member banks are urging institutional clients to refrain from new 1,000-ounce bar orders amid extreme shortages, soaring lease rates and backlogs at refiners. London's physical silver market remains critically tight, with deliveries reportedly delayed and premium surging. Yeah, they're trying to say, hey folks, like don't let us, don't let this facade get exposed. Let's try to keep this facade running. And the prime, just like how I said before, actions speak louder than words. They can say what they want. But when you start seeing delayed orders, delayed deliveries, or forcing people to settle in cash, that speaks for itself. So yeah. Now let's see what else is going on around the globe. So confirmed JP Morgan is no longer shorting gold, has been paid to do for decades. Jamie Dimon says it could run to 10,000. Another major new tailwind added. That's crazy. So Dimon semi-rational to hold gold. Jamie Dimon says it makes some sense to own gold in today's market, though he won't say if it's overpriced. I mean, come on. Like, that's Jamie Dimon he's so crooked, man. So 2025, we already know this. We already know what happened. So India, epicenter of demand. We already know about London. If you don't know what's happening in London, go check out my recent videos. I'm not going to just repeat myself over and over again with this information. So this is interesting. The US, which relies on imports for 81% of its silver consumption, has seen US mint coin output plummet by 80% this year. And yet the US mint relies, they stopped in-house making eagles decades ago. Now they're reliant on like the Sunshine Mint to get their silver planchets, that's a whole separate crazy situation from the US Mint, because the Treasury can't pay above spot price to buy the silver plantage from these other mints. But other mints are able to pay above spot. So Sunshine Mint doesn't want to sell to the US Mint because they would have to get a very low price, but we're legally not allowed to pay above spot price. So then there's a massive shortage on eagles and we can't. It's a lot. But anyways, the Royal Canadian Mint suspended large bar production, while Britain's Royal Mint restricts the ever-popular Britannia series. Wow. And just layers brought money. States. I've never seen Royal Canadian Mint sell out of 100-ounce silver bars. Ever. South Africa's Rand Refinery. A stalwart of the investment coin industry, halted silver. Krugerrand's premiums from North American to European dealers continue to rise, reflecting the reality that paper promises cannot substitute for physical bars or coins. all signals point to a synchronous global squeeze, with industrial demand steady or rising central banks not selling available float of deliverable silvers fall into multi-decade lows, right? It's just everything is coming down. Like everything that possibly could be happening. The everything that could be happening. This bullet for silver is happening, right? Look at this. Look at this line for people to buy gold in Hong Kong, and look at all these other shot. Like, look at this is crazy. Like, these don't even really look like silver. Staggers, like, that's like a teenage girl. This guy is wearing a pink backpack. You wouldn't think these people are silver stackers, right? Like, this is insane. This looks like a tourist right here. Like God with all their luggage. So they probably went like, what in the world is going on, folks? What in the world is going on in the world? I don't know. But yeah, folks, that's what's happening right now. Silver at all-time highs, 53.52. Make sure you subscribe. I post 2 videos a day, noon and 6 p.m. Even though I usually try to release 2 videos a day, either at noon or 6 o'clock, Eastern Standard Time, I failed to do so this morning. Each one typically starts at 6 o'clock in the evening. At some point, but it's usually about 12 or 6 in the afternoon. So always look at those times, Eastern Standard, by the way. So anytime it's noon or 6, just go on YouTube, see if I posted. Because one of those times, I'm always going to post at least 1 video a day. And I promise it's current, up-to-date information. That's important. It's not repeated information every video. There's something new that I talk about. I saw someone comment said, why do you keep using clickbaity titles and repeat the same information? It's like, what are you watching? Every single video I post is very different than the last one. Like ever. There's nothing. Just repeat every single video. There's, new information that I'm talking about. And the title isn't clickbait, is when you blatantly lie on the title to get people to click it. Every single one of my titles have truth in it. I just learned as a YouTuber how to make the title catchy and interesting enough for people to want to click on it. There's an art to that. Clickbait is when you blatantly just lie, I don't clickbait. I learned how to hype the title up to make people want to click on it. As a YouTuber, you have to do that. If you want people to watch your videos, I could just name it something boring. But why would I waste all the time out of my day doing that when I'm trying to get people to learn this information, to learn about silver stacking, to be able to preserve their wealth and save themselves from a collapsing dollar? Why wouldn't I want as many eyes as possible? You could call it clickbait. You're probably just jealous because this is my job, and you're probably miserable working or whatever. Just like someone commented on his, the guy commented that another guy commented under it like, bro, it's to get views like the normal person. It's not a hater. Sees that. I just learned how to explain something or make a title. It's catchy. Sometimes. I know. I wish I didn't have to, but you have to. Nowadays, like YouTube has a B testing. So I can make 3 different thumbnails with 3 different titles. And I post it. And then like in the next 3 hours, I can see what percentage is doing the best. And every single time, if I do like a more hype title, it's way, way more views. So why would I not do that, right? When I purposely get, a third of the views, trying to do the loyal route, whatever. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's a lot going on. Enjoy these high prices. Let me know when you think silver is going to hit $100. I'm curious if you guys wanted to help my custody battle to my GoFundMe. I'd really appreciate. You don't have to watching the videos more than enough. But, the GoFundMe campaign is still live. The link will be in the description. I'm interviewing David Morgan on the 23rd as well. So stay tuned for that. I posted a thing where you can ask David Morgan person your own questions. It's a post I made, and I just, mentioned I'm talking David Morgan, post your questions down below. So you guys have an opportunity to ask him questions as well. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I will see you guys tomorrow at noon. Peace.